with Shanrae.
Please be aware that due to the nature of the technology that I'm using, there can be no assurance of confidentiality when using this online service. It should also be noted that due to changes in policies, all replies are to be used as advisory and informational only and will not constitute an official determination. Information provided by myself are limited to the current and available material, but the final responsibility for successfully achieving a goal rests with you, the client. Information online is designed to be helpful. However, this information changes frequently, and it is recommended that you, the individual, will consult another physician, another specialist, and or religious leader to aid you in your overall behavioral wellness. Please be aware.
Welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae, and I am Shanrae. Woo! Listen, we're in the month of May. This is our second quarter this year for Counsel of the Day with Shanrae, and this month we are going to be talking about embarrassment. This week is embarrassment, and the subtopic is a motivation. So, can embarrassment be a motivation to people? Of course it can be. So before I get started, y'all know I'm a Christian counselor. So I'm pretty much sticking with the same scripture throughout the month. I'm not going to read my bio now. Y'all have heard it enough. I'll probably do it Thursday night, but I'm not going to do it tonight. Okay, I am a degree counselor. I acquired my degrees from Ashford University. And y'all know my passion is working with people, helping them to overcome. Good evening, everybody. This is an open platform. So if you have any questions or if you want to share any life scenarios, feel free to do so. And I will pause and I will give highlight to what you're saying. And good evening, Cole. Good evening, Greta. Good evening, Dew. Good evening, my Instagram family. Good evening, my YouTube family. Good evening, my Twitter family. Because I'm on several different platforms. So I'm not able to jump over. And so whatever I can see, I will address. But good evening, everybody. So my scripture for this month is Ephesians 4:23, and it's the NIV version, and it says to be made new in the attitude of your minds. And I'm going to leave it like that. So let's define embarrassment. Let me go to the key points. So the key points, let me open this a little bit for you, and then I'll close it back. So my key points for tonight is the difference between shame and embarrassment. Good evening. The difference between shame and embarrassment. What is embarrassment? Does everyone get embarrassed? And we all know, yes, everyone gets embarrassed. Are some people more prone to embarrassment than other people? And how to overcome embarrassment. There are three types of attention control, and our takeaway and our quote for tonight. So we're going to go on and get started because this 30 minutes is going to go and come quickly, as y'all know. And this is the first night, part one of Embarrassment, a Motivation. So embarrassment, let's go on and look at our definition for embarrassment. And it says a person or a thing causing embarrassment. Okay, causing embarrassment or is being embarrassed. And it's a plural noun, embarrassments. It's plural. Okay, so that's the one little small definition that I chose. So let's move this along. Okay, so what are the differences between shame and embarrassment? You almost think it's the same exact thing, shame and embarrassment, but there are differences. So we get ready to unpack these right now. It says, while embarrassment and shame are similar, they are similar. There are some clear differences between the two. So shame often carries moral overtones that embarrassment does not. So it characterizes a sense of character failing. So this is that's shame. Shame characterizes a sense of character failing. So you have you failed in certain characteristics, rather than a loss of social status or image. So meanwhile, embarrassment colors the gap between how one wishes to be perceived and how one believes that others actually perceive them. So, in layman's terms, the difference between shame and embarrassment is shame is more of a moral, imperfection. And embarrassment is just something that typically happens, accidentally or without really trying to cause something or being embarrassed. Someone is trying to embarrass you. We all have been there. Growing up in school, and maybe we didn't wear the top-notch sneakers or the name brand clothing, and it's always some kind of sadistic person that you go to school with, and they want to sit there and try to embarrass you because you're not wearing name brand clothing or something. So, and that caused some form of embarrassment. All right, so let's move on to let's define or unpack embarrassment a little bit more. And so this teaching and these findings on embarrassment is it's reviewed by a whole psychology staff at Today. So let's get into it. So embarrassment is a painful, but it's an important emotional state. Okay. Most researchers believe that the purpose of embarrassment is to make people feel badly about their social or their personal mistakes as a form of internal or societal feedback so that they can learn not to repeat these same errors. So the accompanying physiological changes with embarrassment are included with maybe blushing when you're embarrassed, sweating, or even stammering. These may signal to other people that a person is recognizing their own errors and that they're embarrassed by what they did. And so it is not cold-hearted or oblivious when something happens. Maybe someone is getting up to say a speech and they start stammering, or they can't get the words out and they get embarrassed. They start maybe blushing or sweating or something like that. I think one of the funniest displays of embarrassment was a movie with I call her Tammy, but she was on Not Night School. Oh my gosh, and she is so hysterical. She was going back to school, back to college with her daughter. Her husband had divorced her during their daughter's senior year. And what is the name of it? Oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of the movie, but she had to get up and she had to do a speech about her research paper. And she had such a fear, a phobia of getting up, speaking in front of people. Everything that I just talked about, the blushing, the sweating, the stammering, she did all of that. I mean, sweating profusely. And she even passed out. That's how scared she was. And then when she got up, she was completely embarrassed. So I think that is one of the funniest displays of embarrassment from a comedy point of view. All right, so the next thing is, what is embarrassment? Once again, we're going to unpack it and define it a little bit more. So it says that frequently grouped with shame and guilt, embarrassment is considered a self-conscious emotion. Again, embarrassment is considered a self-conscious emotion, and it can have a profoundly negative impact on a person's thoughts or their behavior. So the embarrassed individual can become conscious of a real or even an imagined failure to comply with social norms and fears that others won't view them as highly as a result. Okay, so sometimes even when a person is embarrassed, they may think that things were worse than what they really are because of the embarrassment. And, so that's what this was just saying here. The ensuring embarrassment may be accompanied by feelings of awkwardness, exposure, shame, guilt, or even regret. I know a lot of times when I've been embarrassed, I experience regret a lot. I really do. I'm like, oh God, I wish I had a do-over and I could do that again, whatever, when it comes to anything embarrassing with me. Okay, so I can tell y'all this. when I was a young girl, I think I was in and it's a normal thing, but I remember I was in the 6th grade. Guys, this is so humiliating. And so we were taking a test, our midterm test. And this was in the middle school middle school in New York when I grew up in the 6th grade. We were taking a test and it was allergy season. I had allergies very bad. So it was really, really quiet. And I was like, oh, I don't want to sneeze. I don't want to sneeze because we're taking a test. Everybody's trying to concentrate, but I couldn't hold the sneeze in. And so I had allergies that was so bad. So I wound up sneezing. And when I sneezed, I passed gas at the exact same time. And I was like, oh my God, I was so humiliated in the 6th grade. And you know, my peers in class, hey Angie, my peers in class, they snapped on me for the whole rest of the year. And I mean, because it was like a loud sneeze and a loud passing gas at the same time. And to this day, I'm talking about years later, I still remember that embarrassing moment. And it was, just natural. It's natural for you to sneeze, and it's natural for you to have gas. Unfortunately, it happened to me at the same time. And I was so ashamed. I'm telling you, so that was one of my embarrassing moments that I can share with you. Okay. So it says here, so for example, someone may feel just as embarrassed by being called beautiful. Okay. Somebody can be feeling embarrassed for being called beautiful in front of a group of people as they are by forgetting someone's name or falling in public. I think we all have. Cole is laughing. Cole, oh my gosh. I still remember that from 6th grade, sneezing and passing gas at the same time. I was so ashamed. Both of them are natural things that happen. This happened together. Oh my gosh, they cracked on me to the end of the year about that happening with me. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you. So embarrassment again, it could be just as embarrassing being called beautiful or getting a compliment in front of a group of people, just like forgetting someone's name or falling in public. A person can feel embarrassed for themselves, or they can also feel embarrassed on behalf of someone else. The movie, I don't know if y'all ever saw the movie with Kevin Hart, oh my gosh, it's not Night School. It's with him and The Rock. And The Rock was a heavy set guy in high school, and he was taking a shower when everybody was supposed to be in an auditorium, and the school bullies, they grabbed The Rock while he was in the shower and drug him out and threw him out naked in front of everybody in the auditorium, the teachers and the students, all of them together. It's gonna come back to me it's called Central Intelligence. The movie is called Central Intelligence with Kevin Hart and The Rock. And so Kevin Hart was like the star student, and everybody loved him. And then everybody, instead of the teachers and the faculty going to help The Rock when he at that age in high school, they laughed too. And Kevin Hart was the only one that felt embarrassed for The Rock. And he took his jacket off and gave it to him and wrapped him around it, and so he can cover himself up. And so this is what this is talking about here, about how you can even feel embarrassed on behalf of somebody else if a person is particularly empathetic, or if they're secretly concerned that the other person's supposed failings will also reflect negatively. Some people will feel embarrassed if they're a friend of somebody, and they feel like, oh, this is gonna make me look bad because I'm affiliated with them. So embarrassment is a highly individual experience, and it is often intensified by the fear that everybody is watching and judging, and where most of the time almost no one will even notice. But the embarrassing thing that I talked about, trust me, the whole class, including the teacher, noticed that when I sneezed, I pass gas at the same time. So Cole said, yes, Black people embarrass me all the time. Okay. That's a whole nother topic that I will have to talk on at a later time with cultural embarrassment. And yes, I felt that same way at times as well, Cole, with cultural embarrassment. Yes, sir. So the next question the next thing that I'm going to jump on is, does everyone get embarrassed? And practically everyone finds themselves in an awkward or humiliating situation at some point in their lives. And the question is, how strongly does it affect them? Okay. And so some people can shake off their embarrassment when they make a mistake or violate a social norm. Okay, but others who feel the disapproval of the group might be consumed by that shame. So does everyone get embarrassed? Yes. Yes, everyone does. Does everyone handle embarrassment the same way? No. No, they do not. So let's go back to that question again. Does everyone get embarrassed? Yes. Does everyone have the same effect or outcome of embarrassment as everyone else? No. Some people handle embarrassment better than others. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's move on to the next one. Are some people more prone to embarrassment than others? Well, let's unpack this right here. Yes, there are some individuals with social anxiety are particularly sensitive to embarrassment. They go out of their way to avoid social interactions where they might make a mistake or otherwise embarrass themselves. Fortunately, people can beat their social anxiety by gradually exposing themselves to the very social scenarios that make them so uncomfortable to begin with. Okay, so yes, there are some people that are more prone to embarrassment than others. Cole said, hi, Sister Charlotte. How you doing? I'm glad you on tonight. So with this right here, are some people more prone to embarrassment than others? I don't know if some of you all may have watched the Grammys that came on this year, 2024 Grammys, and one of the young artists, she wound up receiving an unexpected Grammy award for her song in the movie Barbie. And she's a young girl, and I can't remember what is her name. Okay, I don't even want to call her name, but she's young, and she sings and her brother plays for her. They work together, and so they wind up getting an unexpected Grammy at the Grammy Awards this year for this song. So when she got up, she and her brother both got up. You know, he got up with her to accept the award. She went to talk, and she was so embarrassed by it. So you can tell that she's not really comfortable, although she's a wonderful artist, but she's just not very comfortable in social situations and large groups. And so when she got up to talk, her embarrassment came out very awkward. So she went to talk and she just bust out laughing. She said, bust out laughing. And it came across as very awkward when she laughed instead of being able to talk. And then she had to get herself together. Like she leaned on her brother. She wound up leaning on her brother because she knew that that she just displayed a very awkward gesture. Rather than speaking and accepting the award, she just got up and she was so nervous, she just bust out laughing. And so when she kind of like covered her face with her brother, and I think he whispered something to her. She got herself together, and then she was able to say thank you for this wonderful award she was not expecting. So that was one display of, are some people more prone to embarrassment than others? And you can tell that she is more prone to embarrassment than others by her. It's what came across as kind of an awkward type of gesture or awkward reaction. Let's put it that way. So let's move this along to the next thing. How can we overcome embarrassment when it happens? Because trust me, guys, Everybody is in a position of being embarrassed at some point in their life. More frequently, more often than not, we're in a position of being embarrassed. So it says here that many people will bounce back from an embarrassing incident quickly, where others who are more sensitive may develop feelings of anxiety or panic whenever they think about it. So, which can be often if they are prone to, it's called a rumination. So they may even try to avoid specific social interactions for fear of being humiliated again. So just one embarrassing experience can be detrimental to someone's confidence and sense of self-worth over a long period of time. Great embarrassment can lead to anxiety, depression, and in extreme cases, the impulse to self-harm. So one of the best ways to get over embarrassment is to laugh about it. Laugh at yourself. Laugh about it. Like I just shared. I could say it again. Cole is on here with the laughing emoji too. When I was in the 6th grade taking a major midterm test and the whole room was quiet, I was experiencing allergies. Okay. And I had to sneeze. I wound up sneezing. When I sneezed, I passed gas at the same time. And they were both very loud. And my peers, my classmates, they jonesed me for the rest of the year behind that. That was embarrassing. I had to just start laughing at my own self about it because it was funny. It was something that I couldn't help because it's a natural body reaction that happens sometimes, just happen at the same time. And it happened in a very quiet room. So, okay. But how to get over it? How to overcome it? Sometimes you just got to laugh at yourself. Laugh at it. In fact, people who can shrug or laugh off embarrassing moments are generally viewed as more trustworthy, likable, and social. So realizing that everyone makes mistakes can help. Gaining some perspective about the real weight of the mistakes and how much people actually notice it is valuable as well. All right. So again, how can I get over the next one is how can I get over a humiliating experience? All right. And so it says getting over humiliation can be tricky. It can be tricky. First, you got to recognize that you're not alone in experiencing a humiliating moment. Many people have had similar experiences, and you can learn from how they responded. Call upon your support network. Your support network could be your siblings, a cousin, a friend, a colleague at work. Just call upon a support network. Okay. Though it may be tempting, think twice. Think twice before you lash out. Okay. And avoid hiding out. Don't hide. Try to view the humiliating incident as an opportunity to build resilience. Excuse me. Okay. So try again to view that humiliating moment as an opportunity to build your resilience. Okay. So the next thing is, oh boy, I went backwards. Oops. I'm sorry. Oops. I'm moving too fast. How can I stop worrying about what other people think of me? This is a good one because there are a lot of people that really do worry about what other people think about them. So embarrassment, not unlike shame, frequently occurs when you worry too much about what other people think of you. One way to ease these fears is to focus less on yourself. I'm going to say that again. One way to stop this is to focus less on yourself. Focus on something else, something other than just you. Trying to be kind and considerate, okay? In addition, you can learn to develop what is called attentional control. Attentional control, okay? So you can focus on the positive instead of wallowing in embarrassment, which is the negative. All right? So let's talk about attentional control. Attentional control. All right? And all right. Attentional control is a colloquy referred to as concentration, refers to an individual's capacity to choose what they pay attention to and to what they ignore. So it's also known as an indigenous attention or executive attention. All right. So it's what you choose to pay attention to. So what are the three types of attention control? Because there are three types of attention control, and let me break this down. Attention includes a series of processes through which individuals locate information in their consciousness and then update their pre-existing knowledge on it. According to Posner and Peterson's neurocognitive model, attention involves three neural networks. Number one is alerting. So alerting is maintaining a state of high sensitivity to incoming stimuli and responding to warning signals. Number two is orienting, selecting information from sensory input and directing attention to a target stimulus. And the third one is executive control. So monitoring and resolving conflicts among your thoughts, your feelings, and your responses. So in layman's terms, attention, alerting. So when you start thinking of when it just pops back up in your mind, something embarrassing that happened, you have a choice to either dwell on it or to just say, you know what, and put that out your mind. Orienting is when you when you choose to dwell on that information and then you choose to zone in on one or the exact particular thing that caused the most pain during the embarrassment to you. That's what orienting is. And then executive control is one or two things. Either you want to continue to think about this embarrassing thing, or you're going to laugh at it and say, you know what, stuff happens to everybody, whatever, and just put it out your mind. So that's what these three types of attention control are: alerting, orienting, and executive control. So here we go. Let's move on. This is it. Oh my goodness. Let's move to our takeaway. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good in our 30 minutes. So our takeaway for this evening says, embarrassment can be a powerful motivator when it's about the future, such as when anticipating an upcoming presentation or a bill that needs to be paid. All right. So again, embarrassment can be a powerful motivator. All right. Let's talk about the quote right now. So our quote, let me open it up. The quote says, the rate at which a person can mature is directly proportional to the embarrassment he can tolerate. And that is, I mean, wow, that's deep right there. The rate at which a person can mature, can grow, can learn from, all right, is directly proportional to the embarrassment that they can tolerate. And unfortunately, embarrassment does teach you what to do and what not to do in certain instances. So that's what, and this quote was by Douglas Engelbart. I really like what he said. He said it in a very intellectual way, but what he said is very true. A lot of us have learned how to do things differently or what not to do in certain scenarios from being embarrassed. Okay. And so let's talk about, I'm going to move this along. Y'all know that I like to talk about different type of groups that help, that are great for self-help groups. So let's move on to, this is my theory webpage. Let me open this up for my fellow theorists and counselors. This is where I got all of my teachings from and my theory from, right there. All righty then. So Better Up is a group that can create personal and professional transformation through expert coaching. So if you need a life coach, Better Up, www.betterup.com. Check them out, and they will match you and pair you with a proper life coach that will work for you. The second thing is ADA plus community. ADA community is empowering adults with ADD and ADHD to live their best lives. If you have ADD or ADHD, if you know someone that has it and they want a support group, ADA plus community. And it's a different brain that requires a different approach. That's their thing. So ADA. I'm so glad that they have a great support system for those that have ADD, ADHD, and OCD as well. If the next thing is 988 Help Price line, where help is available. So if you know someone that is experiencing a crisis, connect and you can connect with people that you can trust. If you know someone that is struggling, and they need a place to share their feelings, the 988 Lifeline provides 24/7 free and confidential support for people in distress. This prevention and crisis resources for you or your loved ones, and best practices for professionals within the United States. 988. Okay, it's 24/7 and it is free. All right. The next one is, where we at? BetterHelp.com. So if you want a safe space to speak with a licensed professional online, BetterHelp offers affordable counseling sessions for individuals, couples, and the family. And you go on www.betterhelp.com. All right. The next thing, let's move it along. All right, Learning RX. And I'm an advocate for Learning RX. Okay, so there are thousands of adults and children and teenagers, it doesn't matter. Learning RX offers brain training and offers a way that will strengthen your thinking skills. All right, so brain training, this is focusing on strengthening your cognitive skills. With brain training, you can target skills like concentration, memory, and processing speed to become a stronger and more confident thinker. Thousands of clients have strengthened their skills with Learning RX. And between 2010 and 2021, and 2022 and 23, 24, more than 2,622 people, adults, have graduated from Learning RX. And the average graduate have improved their IQ by 13 points. Wow. And during this period, and made significant gains in their skills, like their working memory, their long-term memory, and their attention. I stand on learningrx.com. All righty then. And they have, again, it could be online. And so I am a professional one-on-one counselor. Let me see something, because I do this. If there's a past, let me see if I put it in the wrong place. Okay, so if there's a past Counsel of the Day with Shanrae series that you've missed, or you just want to rewatch, you can go to my YouTube channel at Shanrae Price. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, and then select any past series that you would like to watch. Now I'm going to go back to this one, okay? So if you're interested in professional one-on-one counseling services, I am a degree counselor. Feel free to contact me either through my messenger, Facebook Messenger at Shanrae Owens, or you can do it the old school way and email me at Shanrae Owens, Shanrae Cherie Price at gmail.com. I'm a lifestyle strategist, and my aim is to aid you in your life's goals and your life's dreams. So I will see you all. I will see you all on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for part 2 of Embarrassment, which is a motivation. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, my YouTube family, my Instagram family, my Twitter family, and my Facebook family. Thank you all. Have a good evening. I'll see you Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for part 2. Have a good night, everybody. Good night. Let me go back up, and we made it, y'all. We made it. Hold on, I got to find it now. I got to find my theme music. Okay.